With us this morning is Tammy Yamilkoski. We're talking about something that is often on my mind, I'm sure a lot of people's as well, credit. Let's start with the basics, why it's so important to build and maintain credit.
Sure. Credit is a measure of your financial ability to pay bills on time. It really is the kickoff to everything in life. So your ability to buy a home, your ability to buy a car, your ability to rent an apartment, everything is affected by your credit.
Right.
So it's so important to have good credit.
And when it comes to home buying, what are the benefits and drawbacks of credit when applying for a mortgage?
Sure. So your credit affects your interest rate. It affects your PMI, your mortgage insurance.
Yes.
So if you put down less money. So it has many effects on your ability to buy a home.
And so the credit history has an effect on your ability to buy a home. Is there a number you should be aiming for when buying a home?
Well, I would say your goal is always to get above a 740, but that's not probably, most people are probably above a 700. Anything higher is better, but we could work with people who have a credit score under 680. Everything is harder when your score is lower.
And do different types of credits affect your score differently, like credit cards, loans, auto payments?
Absolutely. So I always suggest set everything up on auto pay. You want to not worry about whether or not something gets paid. You don't have to think about it. It just happens naturally that way. So set everything up on auto pay. That's going to be your number one way to get your credit on track and keep it on track.
Yes, I'm bad at doing the auto pay, and then I sometimes forget. So it is the easiest way.
Yes.
So if somebody is wanting to buy a home, but they don't have a credit history yet, what are some of the first steps they can take?
Well, to create credit, you need to borrow money and pay it back. So that is the key. So get a little credit card, and I would always suggest pay it off every month. Don't carry a balance. My dad taught me very young that if you don't have the money to pay for it, you don't buy it. So when it comes to a credit card, purchase it and pay it off, because the point of using that credit card is to establish credit. It's not to spread out the cost of that item that you're buying. So buy something, pay it off, buy something, pay it off, and that will create that credit score. And it will show that you're paying back somebody every single month.
And there are cards you can get for people that don't have an established credit.
Yes, there's what's called a secured credit card. And basically they utilize your money. You give them a $500 deposit, and that's your credit line. And that's the money that you utilize. So you're paying yourself back.
Yes.
But it's reported on your credit bureau as a credit history. So it's a good way to get you started.
And so it's wedding week. We're talking about getting married. When somebody's getting married, do they need to disclose your credit history, or is that something you advise? Does my credit history affect somebody else's credit?
I would like to think that you would have those conversations, right? Your credit history wouldn't blend with your partner's credit history. Over time, it probably would, because you're going to purchase things together. But initially, it does not. However, if you're walking into a marriage with a lot of debt, your partner should know that, because it affects your household.
Signing or getting a loan.
Getting loans, yes. So absolutely, you should know your partner's credit history.
Yes. So what is one thing you would want viewers to take away and carry with them in terms of credit in their daily lives?
Credit is your superpower. So it affects everything. It affects your ability to buy. It affects how much you pay for things over time. So value it and teach your kids how to use it. That's so important. And you are going to be a reflection on your kids. And so they're going to watch you, they're going to learn from you, talk about these things with them.
Yes, absolutely. And, you start building credit, you get a credit card. You don't necessarily need to have 5 cards, just one.
Right. You only need one. And don't max it out. Like, I can't stress enough. If you have a limit of $1,000, don't exceed $300. Pay it off every month.
Yes.
So the credit cards, in my mind, you want to pay off every month. You're going to have loans that are going to have that every single month payment, but your credit cards, you just want to pay off every month.